Hello, my name is Marie Pascal Piquon, and this is my final presentation for the nursing shortage and the burnout. I'm going to take a little twist on my presentation, and this is because I work at a hospital. I work on the 5th floor of the oncology department. This is a very hard job, but it also has taught me what it means to have nursing shortage, nursing assistant shortage, and a complete burnout of your job. We work 12-hour shifts, but in reality, we can work up to 14 hours that day. Myself, I work nights. So when I work from 7 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Sometimes I have to stay a little over because of the type of night that I may have. When one of my fellow nursing assistants call out, it really takes a toll on the entire shift. Nursing assistants and nurses. So what we do is we have to team up to make it work. A lot of times it does not work because of the quality care that we have to provide to the patients. And in the end, we realize that our number one goal are the patients. We're the advocates. The same way that we need advocates for people to understand what kind of shortage that we're dealing with, how it affects us, and how it stresses us out when we're at work and when we go home, is just unbearable sometimes. So on a daily basis, we can say that if a nursing assistant calls out, I have to, myself and possibly 3 other nursing assistants, we have to divide about 9 to 10 patients. And once we divide them up, we have to do our job. We have to do our job at our full capacity. We have to make sure that they're walked after operations. We have to make sure that they're clean. We have to make sure that they're fed. We're basically mothers at work. And that's okay, because that's what we signed up for. But then, as the night goes, we notice that we begin to dwindle from exhaustion. Or we begin to dwindle because we have a patient that's just so agitated or unhappy or dissatisfied with the quality of care that they're receiving because we're unable to have that full interaction with them that they deserve. So then it falls back on the nurses as well. When a nurse calls out, the nurses have to pick up an extra patient or 2. On my floor, we are a 37 patient bed floor. And usually we have 9 nurses on staff. When we have 9 nurses on staff, maybe one of them is going to be a chemo nurse. They have to provide chemotherapy throughout the night to 3 patients at the most. But then we get that surge like we're having right now with this COVID-19, where we get flooded with extra patients. We have to double up on some of the rooms. The nurses then become overwhelmed and depend on us, the nursing assistants, to pick up the minor slack that they cannot do. We have witnessed missed doses. We have witnessed patient falls. We have witnessed nurses crying. We have witnessed nurses just leaving the job, period, because they cannot deal with it anymore. I work with a bunch of great people. We're all great, no matter how they do their job. But I will say everybody has done their jobs effectively and to the best of their ability. But the nursing shortage really is affecting America. You see it on TV, it's not what it is. Reality is, you come into a hospital, you see the nurses, you think, oh, they're just sitting at the nurses station giggling and gaggling. No. We're working together as a team to figure out a solution to how we're going to get through the night or the day to make sure everything runs smoothly. It's so hard. The burnout is the worst thing that a person could go through. When I leave at 7:30 in the morning, I have to still come home to a complete family. I have to cook, I have to clean, and don't forget homework. And I'm just so exhausted sometimes. Well, I'm exhausted right now because I'm actually doing this before I go to work, and I have exactly 20 minutes to finish, so I'm going to be late for work. But that's okay, because I have to balance that lifestyle and that stress. But this is what nurses encounter. They still have to go home to families. They bring their jobs home because they were just so exhausted. They can't cook sometimes. They just put their personal life on the back burner. I've watched nurses, some of my nurses, I've watched them work 5 days a week at more than 13 hours. And they look like, who did it? But that's their choice. I personally wouldn't do that because I want to keep my mental. But some people have that passion for their job. The nursing shortage is just horrible. The government, I haven't seen anything about it in the news personally. I've asked many nurses, what do they think we should do? And they all say the same thing. They're not going to do anything. Just like with COVID, they gave certain essential workers, Walmart, fast food, they got a pay increase. But us essential workers, us nurses, us nursing assistants, we got absolutely nothing. We weren't looking for a handout. We weren't looking for any special accommodations. But that goes to show you how they really feel about us. We're not just people that clean up behind you or we have to do this. These are things we want to do. We read the job description. We did all of that. But this is what we choose to do. This is what we were put here to do, obviously. Some of them, they have left the floor. They've gone on to mother and delivery, mother and baby, something lighter, something with a little bit more happiness. But at the end of the day, these cancer patients, they lived. And I want to make their life as comfortable as possible before they expire. The nursing shortage is just something that's going to continue to increase. We have had a lot of newly graduated students, fresh out of college, that come in, that get hired. And after a while, before the 90 days is up, they're gone. It's too stressful. They go home exhausted. They go home overwhelmed. They sit at the job and cry and say, I can't do this. Being a nurse is a very heavy job. Being a nursing assistant is even a heavier job. But with the right team, the right crew, it will get done. Again, the government, we're not essential. At least they think we aren't. We're very essential. We make the world go round. We make you better when you get sick. We make you happy when you're sad. We're parents of patients at a hospital. But in the end, if we could find a solution to this burnout and this shortage, I think we'll have a lesser turnover rate. We'll have less exhausted nurses, and we'll have a happier life at your job. And this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation. It was very scary doing it this way. I've never done it this way. I'm really a hands-on kind of person. This was a little too hands-on for me. But I will upload a PowerPoint slide. And hope you guys stay safe. And thank you.